Okay.
I was based in Budapest in Hungary, and I was responsible for their activities in Europe and the former Soviet Union.
Hi, I'm Terrell Turner, the host of the Business Talk Library, and today I have a guest on, Miss Mary Engelking. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you. It's a real honor.
Awesome, awesome. Now, one of the things I think that's very special for me of having you on the show is I like talking and hearing from other people who are in the accounting and the finance field. So you having that background, to me, it's an honor for me to have you on.
Well, thank you.
So, Miss Mary, tell us a little bit about kind of your business and your background.
Okay, so my business is called Decipher Business Financials, and we provide part-time virtual CFO services to small businesses. These are businesses who need the help of a financial consultant, but they don't need a full-time in-house consultant. And just to tell you a bit about my background, actually, it started for me when I was a kid because my father was a small business owner.
Okay.
And as a kid, I used to have chores to do at Dad's store. And later, when I was a teenager, my father started to teach me about the business, about the administration of the business. He started to teach me about the bookkeeping, accounting, payroll, taxes, the human resources,
Wow.
about how to keep inventory, how to track these sorts of things, and how to make our business adjustments based on these types of numbers and business principles. So I was really super lucky that when I was quite young and didn't even realize like the value of what my father was teaching me, I got that exposure and that chance for him to mentor me in
Wow.
what it means to be a small business owner. And that's been massive in my formation and also in my love and concern for small businesses.
Mhm.
So I spent a lot of my early years doing project management in large companies, big budgets, managing the people, the budgets, and the resources. Eventually, I became the regional director of a multinational organization.
Okay.
I was based in Budapest in Hungary, and I was responsible for their activities in Europe and the former Soviet Union.
Wow.
But my job wasn't about giving my financial and business advice to the core of the organization, but rather the organization had operations in 16 countries, and my job was to nurture these new organizations into life and into productive capacity. And so I had a lot of experience working with people from different cultures, helping them get into the foundations of their business, to structure their businesses, and to then build that up. And once we got it built up, then I would follow up. We would do troubleshooting and following up, things like that. Then about 15 years ago, I started on my own doing management consulting. Once again, I just worked for multinational companies, usually based in the United States, but I worked in their field offices in Europe, Asia, and Africa. And again, I was helping them to build up strong local organizations, starting from in the small communities in these different countries. And about a year ago, I decided that I wanted to niche down in my business and focus on helping these small businesses with the financial aspect. And you may have noticed in your experience also that people, they need a lot of different pieces of knowledge. Like, to be a small business owner, you have to have a big set of knowledge. It's not just your product or your service, which
Yes.
is your superpower. Like, these business owners have a superpower in their product and their service, probably really good at sales, but there are all these other pieces. And many business owners have never had the chance to be introduced properly to financial information. And for a lot of them, financial information is so scary. It's like having a monster under your bed. Like, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're worrying about, can you make payroll? And you're wondering, why your sales aren't working out, or why your sales are up but your profit is down, and it's a nightmare. But it's a topic that nobody ever helped them understand properly. So that is my goal now, is to work with small business owners and help them, like, demystify that information and leverage all that valuable data that they already have right in their desk drawer.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. When you're working with a client or you're talking with someone about that, do they tend to show any apprehension, or are they a little nervous about jumping into that topic?
So the first thing that I notice about a lot of people, I mean, small business owners are smart people, right?
Mhm.
And many of them are hesitant to show their weakness with, like, the financial information. They don't want they don't want to show that they have this weak side. So sometimes, like, one of the big hurdles is just trying to get them to understand there is nothing wrong with you if you don't know about finance yet. Like, so first, like, overcoming that bit of pride. Like, I know you're going to understand really soon. We're going to start to talk about this in words that make sense to you. And then you're actually, all of your knowledge and your intelligence is going to dive right into this. You're going to be okay, honestly.
Okay. Now, what was it like when you decided to make that change to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna niche down and I'm gonna focus on this segment? Like, how was that process of getting your first client, or even just mentally you making that switch?
I think that it was, for me, it was pretty easy, because actually, of all of the business processes, it is the process that I enjoy the most. So to have a desire to niche down, for me, was that was easy. I was comfortable with that. And I have, in the past, I've always worked by word of mouth. And so I didn't have, like, a lot of heart palpitations about finding my new clients initially, because I knew that I already had a number of people who were waiting to work with me. And I just explained how my focus was changing, and among the network that I had, that made a transition easy.
Okay.
During the COVID-19, I've been much more interested to see about how I might use social media to attract new clients in a way I've never done before. And I do find that process to be much more of a puzzle than I imagined it was going to be.
Okay, no, that is understandable. I think that that one is one of those puzzles that I think a lot of people are figuring out and navigating. The good thing is that you're starting to shift your attention and focus on it to learn that.
Yes, I am not a young person. I just have to tell you that I did not, until like March, I didn't have a Facebook account. I didn't have, like, I signed up for LinkedIn back in the dark ages, and I had to like resurrect my account from the grave. So if I can come along and learn that, anybody can do it.
Awesome, awesome. So now, if a client is interested in hiring you for services, what type of services would be a good fit for them to hire your company for?
So the first thing that I like to do when I am talking with a potential client is find out where they're at. I mean, because I could offer you the moon, but if we're down here in Missouri, then that's not going to be very helpful to you. So the first thing that I start with is just trying to find out what the business owner already knows and where it is that they'd like to get to. So many people, if you can just give them knowledge, like the basics, this is what these words mean. The accounting and the finance is full of very specialized vocabulary. So if I can get the business owner over the hurdle of the vocabulary, and then teach them about what are the implications of the numbers, that's like the most basic step. Some business owners can take that and they can run forward with that. And for other business owners, once they got it, oh, okay, now I understand how cash flow is related to accounts receivable. What does that even mean? What are those words? What are the implications for my business? Once they understand what it means, then they might still decide, I don't want to do that thing. I want to stick with my superpower, the service or the product. I want to stick over here, but I would like somebody part-time in my team that can help me examine those things monthly, quarterly, or during certain budgeting periods or strategy periods in the year. And so my company can do that as well, working with them periodically on a regular scheduled basis.
Awesome, awesome. Now, where can people get in touch with you? Like, what's the website, or what name do they search for on Facebook or LinkedIn?
Okay, so on LinkedIn is the best place to find us, as my social media is not the top of, it's not my superpower. And on LinkedIn, you can either find us under my name, Mary Engelking, or you can find us under Decipher Business Financials. And you can catch our website at decipherfinancials.com. And from the website, you can either schedule a time to talk with me, or you can send me an email message. You can also email me directly, mary@decipherfinancials.com.
Awesome, awesome. Now, before we wrap up the interview, one of the questions that I like to ask every guest, because I think is very relevant to any entrepreneur, wherever they are in their journey, what are one or two things that you have learned that have really helped you in your journey as a business owner?
I think, I don't have any earth-shattering new thing. I would just say to repeat the things you've probably heard before, that relationships are the number one key to having success in your business, and to growing your business. It's how you make a connection with your clients and your network, and how you create and cultivate that. And I don't mean in some fake way. I mean like your real inner core connected with those people that you are serving and working with. And then it's also super important to listen a lot to what people have to tell you, because you will be shocked what you as a business owner and just as a person can learn about the world when you just listen to what your clients have to say to you. And then when you talk with them, they recognize that you have paid attention, and it really builds a strong relationship with your clients.
Awesome, awesome. I think that is great. And I think that is a point. I think the way that you approach that, I think, is not exactly a point that someone else has made in the past. So I think that is a great new one to add to the list of, hey, wisdom for entrepreneurs.
Well, can I just add like one other thought
Sure.
that isn't related to this? I think it's related much more to the COVID crisis and the recuperation that we're going to have from this process. And I think that it's very important that small business owners understand that the economy of the country needs you. Like, it's not just you struggling in your small business and you're all alone, and success or failure is just on your own head and your own expense. Like, it's you, it's your family, your employees, your community, and the economy of the country. Everybody, we need you. And we need you to be strong and successful and to get the information you need to succeed.
Awesome. I think that I completely agree with that. I do think that as our small businesses and our business owners and entrepreneurs, as they succeed, that does have a multiple effect of the benefits that flow to the people that work there, their customers, their vendors, their families, their friends, and even others that may not have a direct relationship with them that see them. It's just an inspiration for them to keep going in their journey. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah, so please don't feel alone. You small business CEOs, business owners, entrepreneurs, like there are networks out there, and we need you to succeed.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Miss Mary, thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for taking the time to share some of your immense wisdom with us. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. Like I said, it's been a real honor to be here. And anybody, I mean, like, I'm very approachable, and I love to talk to people and help them see if we can unlock some of their problems and get the monsters out from under the bed.
Thanks for tuning in to the Business Talk Library. If you like what you heard and you want to hear more, be sure to click the subscribe button and follow us on all social media platforms as the Business Talk Library.